don't know who's in here. But hi. The beginning of lives are so boring because you have to wait for people to like come in. I don't know who's watching, but I hope you're having a good day. Hope y'all are having a good day. I got my nose pierced. It didn't hurt. So everyone who told me getting my nose pierced wasn't gonna hurt, you're correct. LOL. But hello to the one I don't know who it is. So if you're watching, you could say hi. Today's not going to be anything crazy, to be honest. Oh my God, is that like ASMR? Is that like, was that like ASMR? But today I just wanted to do like a hair type of thing. Hey. I just wanted to do like a hair type of thing. I put together a PowerPoint. So, future tense, if you're watching this in future tense, you can like, gather information from it and all that good stuff. But I was seeing like a lot of people or like a lot of people talking about why like getting braids is bad for like people who have, I'm going to say it, type 1 hair type, which we'll get into, but which is typically like white women and stuff. So like white women getting braids and why is it bad? Obviously like the obvious cultural appropriation, but also it's like bad for your hair type. So then I started thinking, I was like, I didn't know what the hell hair types were when I went natural. And I'm pretty sure most people who like get braids who it usually shouldn't be for their hair type, but they get braids and everything, don't know like what their hair type is and like styles that are meant for their hair type. Because yeah, it's cultural appropriation, but I've seen so many white girls, white women getting their hair braided and then having like a TikTok like 3 days later of them getting the braids cut out of their hair because it got tangled in their hair. Because like braids, faux locks, dreads aren't really meant for that hair type. So I was like, I should, do a little hair presentation to like help people figure out like what their hair type is, hair porosity, hair density, thickness, all that good stuff, because everyone should know it. Because it helps your hair grow, and who doesn't want healthy, long, beautiful hair, So I kind of took a little bit from my NAACP hair presentation that we did and added some stuff onto it. And basically that's what we're going to be doing today. No drama here, just learning about hair, having a great time, all that fun stuff. So let me share my screen real quick. Okay, wait, I press. See, I'm so bad at this. Oh, present. We got it. Okay. Let me know if you can see it. I'm like making sure that it pops up on my end. But here we go. This is all about hair types. And again, you don't have to be black to learn about hair types and everything. It honestly helps everybody. I just know I had to get into this learning about hair types and all that stuff because when I went natural, my mom, she's white. She doesn't know how to do black people hair, how to care for it. Didn't know anything about that. So I really had to learn on my own, like different hair types, different hair procedures, all that stuff. So it's just like knowledge that I've come to learn about in my hair journey that I can share to y'all. So that's tea. So So the overview, we're going to talk about hair types, just like an overview of it. Then we're going to go into hair density, thickness, porosity, all that fun stuff, which is important. Then we're going to talk about black hair, washing and relaxers, and then we'll go into protective styles / cultural appropriation. So that's the overview. And we got this beautiful little drawing next to here. So this is a hair type. What would you call it? A grid, a chart. So as you can see here, we got one, and it goes through 4. So you got 1A all the way to 1C, and that goes for all of these here. Obviously, the lower you get, it's going to be more curlier, more kinkier. And then the same thing going to the right is going to be a little bit more coarser, more kinkier within that hair type. So this is if that would go away. So this is the kind of like the basic overview of it. So type 1 up here, type 1 is straight. So you just have straight hair. The type 1s for like A, B, and C is just kind of how thick your hair gets, how thick that hair strand is. So type 1A is the thinnest, straightest hair type you can have. Again, getting braids with this hair type is not good for this hair type. Usually you get type 1C when you see black girls relax their hair. It's the thicker strand. Again, since it's thicker and it can handle more, getting braids when your hair is relaxed is okay. Like our hair can handle it. But again, when you have like type 1, type A, it usually will ruin your hair. So we go into type 2A, it's lightly tossed, a nice little beach wave moment, as you can see right here. And then when you go into 2B, 2C, you have a more S-shaped thing going on. Type 3A is the large, nice, loose, pretty, bouncy curls that you see. This is usually, you see it usually in like mixed girls. That nice, like big, bouncy. 3B is a little bit tighter winglets. Type 3C is tighter curls. And then you get into 4A, the curls turn into S-shaped coils. 4B is the S shapes turn into Z shapes. And then 4C is very similar to 4B, but they're zigzag. So like for me, I have type, I would say 4B, 4C type hair. So my hair is very kinky, very curly, very tight. And yeah, so that's my hair type. So if you guys didn't know what your hair type is, maybe now you do. So hair thickness is different from density. I didn't know this, but hair thickness is how thick the individual strand is. So if you pluck, I wouldn't do this, but if you pluck a piece of your hair out and you can see the strand, like I can, like my hair is pretty thick, your hair is thick. It's about how thick the individual strand is. The density is how thick collectively the hair strands are. So like, if you can see your scalp, when you just like tilt your head down, when your hair falls naturally, you have low density. But if you can't, you literally can't see your scalp without parting it, you have a high density. So that comes into play too when you're picking different types of products, different styling. I know like for me, getting my hair done takes forever because my hair is so dense. Like it's not because it's thick, it's because the hair density is ridiculous. So getting my hair done like braids, this didn't take that long because I did it over my dreads, but getting back in the day when I had loose natural took forever. I'm talking like 9-10 hours to get my hair braided. So yeah, so hair density. Next thing is hair porosity. It's how well your hair strands absorb moisture. So low porosity is resistant to moisture and protein sensitive. So if you have low porosity, don't do too many protein treatments. Can make your hair brittle, break. Medium porosity, you're kind of good. Your hair is pretty balanced. It's receiving moisture and releasing it at a good pace. High porosity, the hair can't hold moisture. So it's just coming in and coming out. So how to test for each of these. Hair density, again, let your hair fall by itself. If you can see your scalp like up here, it's low density, again, high density. So it's just kind of how your hair falls. Hair thickness is pull a strand of your hair out. If you can barely see the strand like this, you have fine hair. If it's thicker than a thread, then you have thick hair. Like my hair is very coarse, very thick. To test for porosity, which is important for when you pick out different hair products, you take a strand of your hair. So I take the same strand, put it in a cup of water, leave it alone for, I would say 10 minutes, come back, and depending on where your hair floats within the cup after those 10 minutes, that's your hair porosity, which is important. So now we get into the interesting stuff. So these are the main hair textures that Black women have. So we usually have from like 3C. Here comes my dog. We usually have from like 3C to 4C. 3A, we have some 3A down here, but as you can see, most of the women do have a nice coil, kind of curly texture to it. So that's what most of our hair looks like. Now, washing. I've heard a lot of white girls say that, getting braids, your braids must be dirty. I've heard this a lot, like, dreads, that's nasty, because when you have a type 1, let's go back here. When you have a type 1 hair type, the oil from your scalp is going to fall down the strand quicker, which is why, they tend to have, people with type 1 hair tend to have like oily hair. They have to wash it more often, all that good stuff, right? But when you come down here, the type 3s, type 4s, our hair is more curly, more kinky curly, right? So that oil isn't going to fall as quickly or as fast as a type 1 would. So we can get away with not washing our hair for 2 weeks. Some people they'll do a co-wash, which is just rinsing it out and then washing their hair with conditioner, and then the next 2 weeks, they'll actually do it with shampoo. We do that because, like I said, the oil does not travel as quick down our hair strands, so our hair is dry. So if we wash it every day, our hair would break off. So when we get hairstyles like this, where we keep it in for like 2 months, or dreads, or, just having our loose natural hair out, washing it every day, we can't do that. It would literally ruin our hair. So these styles, again, are protective styles that help our hair just absorb that, that oil, let it, leave it alone type of thing. And we don't break it because, messing with your hair, you can break off your hair and stuff like that. So washing does come into play with hair types. So that's also another thing why I was thinking this too. Also, when white women or type 1 hair gets, braids are supposed to be kept in for like around 2 months. You have to wash your hair every day. Again, protective styles is specific to that hair type. And most Black women have these hair types down here. So when you're doing braids and you're type 1 hair, type 2 hair, it's not really helping your hair. It's not doing what you think it's doing. The other thing I was going to talk about is relaxers. So we have this thing called shrinkage, right? So as you can see here, if these women with natural hair, right, their hair is up to here. It looks short, right? It looks like they don't have long, lengthy hair, but this thing happens, sucks, but we wash our hair, it's down to here, and then it dries and it shrinks up, right? It's nuts. So our hair will shrink, but relaxers are straightening it, because I wanted to touch on this because, the little wig comment. Our hair can look like this, these right here. Now, a relaxer does this permanently. It's relaxers, first of all, are meant for people with type, I would say 3B, 3A, 3B to 4C type hair. So if you are someone who has type 1 to type 2C, please do not do this. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do this where they get a relaxer and then like their hair falls out. It's because that your hair is so fine, like I said, so fine right here, like fine, kind of delicate, that when you put that harsh of a chemical on your hair type, it breaks, falls out. So again, these things that a lot of Black women use, because again, we are down here with the type 3, type 4 hair types, a lot of our stuff that we use is meant for our hair. Yes, it's cultural appropriation when you do like braids and all that stuff and relaxers, but more than that, it's meant for our hair. You're doing stuff that's not meant for your hair type. That can actually ruin it. So I just wanted to touch really quickly on relaxers, because our hair can look very different relaxed or straightened compared to when we have natural hair. Now, protective styles. So as you can see, we have a bunch of protective styles up here. I'll go from, I don't know what these are. These are really cute. I just wanted to put it in here because if anybody can tell me what this is, please let me know, because I think that is really adorable, but I have no clue what it is. These are Bantu knots. We saw Adele do it. We have braids, and we have cornrows, plaits, rope twists, faux locks, some more rope twists, Bantu knots. So these are protective styles, and these are kind of the things that have been coming into question lately. I've seen a lot of it on TikTok. Obviously, like we've seen it with Nikita Dragun, with the Kardashians, stuff like that. Now, when I was seeing this on TikTok, a lot of the girls who are getting kind of flamed or roasted on TikTok, they were getting flamed and roasted because they had to get their hair cut out of the weave, because it just is not, it's just not meant for that hair type. Now, yes, it's cultural appropriation, and we'll get into that later, but protective styles are specifically meant to let people with type 3 to type 4 hair let their hair relax, because the curlier the hair is, the more susceptible it is to breakage. That's why you see us wearing bonnets, us wearing scarves and do-rags at night, because our hair is so coily, the individual strands can get stuck on the pillow, like within the pillow fibers, and just break. We have, issues with single strand knots, where like our strand will coil around itself and make a knot, and the knot will break off. So having our hair out in afros and all that stuff is cute. It's fun for a little bit, but we do need to let our hair relax, our hair rest. And that's why we get protective styles. So all these styles, like I have in now, you keep them in for a few months. And once you take it out, your hair is healthy. It really helps with keeping our ends, nice and everything. It's just, again, like I said, it's a protective style. It's protecting your hair from the breakage, from weather, even, because weather can ruin the hell out of our hair. It's just, this helps. So when you see us doing it, yes, it looks cute. Yes, ooh, you might want to do it too, but just remember your hair may not need a protective style like ours do. Then you go into, is this the last one? I think it is. Yeah. So with the cultural appropriation, the issue comes into play. It's not, you probably look cute. You probably went to Carisha down the street to get your hair braided, the nice little hair lady who will braid your hair. But the issue is, number one, it's ruining your hair. Obviously, you're not meant to have these type of hair styles. But the issue is when people not of color, so white people usually, when they do these hairstyles, especially in the media, they're looked at as edgy, or this is, ooh, they're doing something different. Ooh, this is fashion, But when we do these type of hairstyles, we're looked at as ghetto. We can't grow our hair because we use fake hair. We don't have hair. We're bald because we want to use wigs. These styles are meant to protect our hair and help them grow. And when people who don't need them, first of all, use them, and then they're praised for it, but on the other hand, we've been doing it for X amount of years and we get shitted on for it. That's the issue. I don't know how many times I told this story, but again, I almost got fired for having braids, back in the day, just because I was having braids. Again, it was a protective style to help my hair grow, let my hair be itself, breathe. And I almost got fired for it. But, Nikita can wear her braids, her little braid wig, and she gets, ooh, yes, you're a baddie. But, Rihanna, when she wore her dreads, her faux dreads, she was told she smells like castor oil and weed. I don't know if y'all don't remember that or not, but Rihanna, they really said Rihanna looks like she smells like castor oil and weed. But the Kardashians do it and it's the next best thing. So that's kind of where the cultural appropriation comes in, because it's just so great for people who don't even need the hairstyle to do it. But when we do it, it's an issue. So next thing, let me pull this up. I hope I don't get copyrighted. But that's kind of a little presentation I made. I hope y'all liked it. I just wanted to do like a quick little overview. Also, I got my nose pierced. I promise you, hold on, let me see if I can find it. It was Julia. Rihanna dreads. It was it was from E. It was Julia something from E. She was like, oh, Rihanna smells like, or looks like she smells like castor oil and weed. And she had to publicly come on and apologize. I think I found it. It was like, she looked good. She was very much in a nice little red dress. She had her thing together. It's this one right here. They said Miss Rihanna looked like she smelled like castor oil and weed. Could you imagine? She has like a what? $100,000 for whatever this is, and probably a $300,000 dress. And you telling her she's girl, like Rihanna. I remember that because the lady had to come on and do a whole 5-minute apology about how she was wrong. I was like, It was nuts. It was nuts. Let me see. Okay. I found it. But I feel bad. Okay. So this is an example of a white girl doing something meant for black people, black hair. Again, if you were here for the presentation, black people usually have type 3B hair to type 4C hair. White people usually have like type 1 hair, type 2 hair. Type 1 hair and type 2 hair usually can't handle relaxers and the really, really, really harsh, again, I'll say it, really, really, really harsh chemicals that are in relaxers. And I think she said she put it in her hair. I forgot how long she put it in her hair for, but like I remember sitting with relaxers on my head for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and my hair was fine. You know what I'm saying? But brace yourself, this is about to get nuts. Again, I feel bad for her. Not gonna lie.
Sometimes things happen to us.
Can y'all hear? I want to make sure. Can y'all hear? Also, Nikita Dragon wore a do-rag and everyone was like, yes, bitch. But I said I was going to wear a bonnet and I got made fun of. So again, cultural appropriation. I can't wear my bonnet with this on it either. Okay, wait. Is this better?
And when they happen, you have to decide to.
She's also whispering.
And move forward. The other day, something happened to me that I never thought would have happened in a million years.
Girl, please. Where is it? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a lot.
And I had to take it in that instant and figure out what to do next. Because I thought I didn't know what to think. A year ago, I went from having very long brown hair to bleaching it out for the first time.
Yeah, I know. If you have type 1 to 2, hair type, why not just flat iron it? That, girl, I don't know. We've been asking the same thing. The only reason black girls get it relaxed is because it's permanent. Like once you put a relaxer on our hair won't revert back to its curl pattern. As in, like, say I like blow dried my hair out, flat ironed it. If I got it wet, my hair would go back to curly. But if I didn't want that and I didn't want to deal with that, I can get it relaxed and it'll stay wet or stay straight. So I don't know. I'm going with sheep on this. We're doing faster because I can't.
Ever and dying pink. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about what it was like before, but I want you guys to understand that I use my hair as a whole other thing to express myself. And then the other day, everything kind of changed. I bought this new product for my hair that I thought would help it.
The new product she bought was a relaxer, a box relaxer at that. You know how like box dyes are, like hairdressers say box dyes aren't good for your hair. You need to come in and get it dyed by like a professional. Same thing with box relaxers. It's better to go in and get your hair relaxed by a professional.
And so I covered my hair in the cream and waited the correct amount of time, and I got in the shower. When I turned around in the shower and felt all the water rushing through my hair, I was trying to wash it out, and it started feeling really clumpy, and it started falling out. I could feel my hair.
So it sounded like she put it in her hair and then she went right into the shower and washed it out. She again has like type 1 hair. It took it this long for it to ruin her hair. Again, products made for 3B to type 4C hair is not meant for type 1 hair. Things that are meant to protect type 3B hair to type 4C hair is not meant for type 1 hair. Like it's not gonna work out. Like it really isn't. Look, research goes along. It does go a long way. It does, but you know, a lot of people see us doing it and think, "Oh, that's gonna work for me." No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It really won't. Same with bleaching hair. It's always better to go into a professional instead of that. Exactly. Plus, wasn't the person that sold it to her like, girl, you sure about this? I mean, you can get box relaxers at like Walgreens, you know. I get all my stuff now from a hair store where like there's Black girls working there, people who know about different types of hair and like different types of weaves and stuff like that. So I go to a specific hair store so I know what I'm getting. But you can get this box dye literally at like Walmart. I've seen it at some Publix's. I've seen it at some CVS's. Like it's a box. It's like, it's kind of like, if you, I mean, it works, but there's nothing like going in to get a relaxer at at like a professional hair store or hairdresser. Like I'm telling you, and if you're Black and you're watching this future tense or you're watching it now and you've gotten a relaxer, you know what I'm talking about. There is nothing like getting a relaxer done at the hair salon. You come out like you come out like the wind's blowing. You're like, yes, like it's a totally different experience than just doing it at home.
Hair coming out and going down my back, and I could hear it splashing in the water. It started just coming out in patches, and then the more I tried to wash the product out to make sure that it was gone, the more I felt like it was coming out. And I didn't realize how bad it was until I got out of the shower. And I already knew it was really bad because I could see that the water wasn't going down the drain anymore. So I got out and I put my towel on and I wiped off the mirror. And you could see that the whole side was gone.
So this is also a bad thing too, because so she also had bleached her hair and dyed her hair a whole bunch. Now, even this is like for people with type 3B, type 4C hair to type 4C hair. Excuse me. If you have any type of dye in your hair, if you have it bleached, don't get a relaxer. Even for us. I'll show you a video of that happening. But relaxers are so like I don't know how to explain it. It literally makes our hair pattern just bone straight. Like relaxers are so chemically strong. You mix anything else with it, is over. You know what I'm saying? So her, on top of her having type 1 hair, she has it bleached, she has it dyed, and now she's putting relaxer in it. It's not working. It's not gonna work. So her whole side of her like head, her hair fell out, and then I think she shaved the rest of it. And I can see how this is like traumatizing for her. I understand. It's a sad moment. Her hair grew back. It looks fantastic. Her hair looks great. But it's just a lesson, like, again, we're not like gatekeeping anything. It's just like, it's not meant for your hair type. And if more people knew about hair types and stuff like that, they would understand. But it's like legit not meant for your hair type. Like free like nuts. Now the next one I want to show y'all is really funny. Let me find it because let's see. Oh my God. Are y'all ready for the next one? This is so funny. Yeah, I know. I feel so bad for her. Her hair grew back. It's fine, but like that must have been traumatizing. You're just all your hair falling out. Like, nuts. It was nuts. I remember watching that. I was like, oh my God, what did she put in her hair? And then a black YouTuber came out and she was like, she told me she put, I wonder if I can find it. Olive oil relaxer. Let me see if I can find it. Found it. So again, this is like an over-the-counter. You can get this anywhere type of relaxer. Not that good, not that poppin'. It's kind of just like a quick fix. You know, if you quarantine right now, this will do the job. But it's literally a box relaxer, like a box relaxer. But as you can see, this is what our hair be looking like when it's relaxed. Just a nice little moment. But also, can we just talk about, look at the box. It's just black women. I just thought about this. The box is literally just black women. Like, I would have grabbed the box and been like, this is not for me. Like, the box is literally just, okay, you know, it's okay. We make mistakes. Her hair grew back. Oh, it's okay. But this one is hilarious. So I guess I should preface this. I think she bleached her hair and then she relaxed it, bleached her hair, and then relaxed it. This is the funniest, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. She bleached it, relaxed it, then bleached it. Literally the funniest thing.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I'm looking a bit clapped. So yes, basically, you've seen those videos before about me relaxing my hair and texturizing it and doing so much to it. So basically, you know, everyone was saying don't do it twice in a day, this, that. Everyone tried to warn me before about my blonde hair, how my hair would fall out. I didn't listen, so I bleached my hair. So I relaxed my hair twice, and then one day.
She relaxed her hair twice in one day. Again, relaxers are meant for our hair, and her hair fell out. Like, that's how strong relaxers are. Like, that should just tell y'all right there. Like,
so yeah, okay.
This is
okay.
bro. She relaxed it twice. She had it bleached and then she relaxed it twice. And then this happened. Oh my gosh. I remember I relaxed my hair and then like 2 weeks later, I relaxed it again and my hairdresser like flipped out on me. She was like, you're going to have your hair fall out. And that's 2 weeks later. Like,
oh, it's even worse. She would have to still do a star with this.
girl, relaxers are not meant for your hair. for type 1 hair. Like, if it's gonna take out our hair like that, it sure as hell will take out your hair. Yeah, it was twice. It was the bleach. She was like, I bleached it and then I relaxed it twice. No, literally. Well, I don't know. I think it's the fact that, like, that like we kind of know what relaxers do. You know what I'm saying? Like we already know our hair can fall out. Relaxers, like me relaxing my hair for so long, I have dandruff, like really dry scalp. Like relaxers aren't that good for our hair, but I have like dry scalp now because of that. You know, we kind of know the ins and outs of the, I guess, what is it called? Like the things that could happen to our hair, could happen to, you know, our scalp, we know. So that's probably why she's like LOL, but she's fine. Her hair grew back, obviously, you know, and we usually, this is another thing, like if we're gonna, a lot of us, if we're gonna dye our hair, if we're going to, we want it straight, if we want it longer, we're gonna put weave in it. We're gonna wear a wig. You know, I wanted my hair pink. I'm not gonna dye my hair pink. I can just buy some weave and call it a day. You know, it's I guess that's the nice thing about it. We can just change our hair whenever, but that's the tea on hair. If y'all have any questions, let me know. I want to shout out a few. I have like 2 hair people I want to shout out. Give me a second. I'm going to shout out some people. Let's see. So my first one I want to shout out, her name is Ebony. You might have seen her on my Twitter, because we talk on Twitter, but she does hair. So if you're in Fort Myers, you want your hair done, let's see, braids. Her thing is Braids by Ebony. And this is on Instagram. Boop. It's posting. So her thing is Braids by Ebony. She did those faux locks, braids. So if you need your hair done, she does that. She did my rainbow braids. If y'all remember my rainbow braids, she did those for me. She retwisted my hair. If y'all saw my hair retwisted. And then another person she has a YouTube channel, and she actually shares Black hairstyles and stuff like that on her YouTube channel. And let's see, her YouTube name is Cynthia Joseph. There we go. So she does like a bunch of like natural hairstyles and stuff like that. So if you don't know what to do with your like natural hair, your loose natural hair, don't know how to put it in a puff, don't know what products to use, stuff like that, she is your person. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the live. I'm gonna hop off and relax because it's Sunday and I have to work tomorrow. So I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you have a great rest of your night, your day, whatever time it is there. And yeah, I'll be around. Bye.